What we drinking today, man?
You know something? Hey, I'm drunk, Lil. I'm drunk. And you know something? It's beautiful.
What we drinking today, man?
I don't want to get into the particulars, but I know that a bottle of Cavassier and a lady would definitely be involved.
What we drinking today, man?
Yo, what's good, family? I'm King Napes, Bud, and Hill, and this is another episode of What We Drinking, and we have another collab. This is the Pacific Asian Islander month, so we are doing our collab, fam. If you've been following us, you know we've done one before, so we're bringing it back, and we got a special guest to do and bringing this collab. So we wouldn't even be, we got to be over the top. So we actually so over the top that we went overseas and we got a fam over here coming all the way from Jinzhou, Northeast China. It is our guy, the family. He has been following us from day one. That's what we love. He's in the cookout 100%. He is bringing the potato salad with the raisins. It is our guy, Matt Freed. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Raisins? Oh man, that was probably the best introduction I've ever been given in my entire life. Thanks, man.
Oh man, you worked.
Yeah,
you worked it, man.
Yeah, Dajia Hao. Hello from Dongbei, China. Yeah, my name's Matt. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you all for asking me to come on. I've been giddy all day. I'm so excited. But I also have a YouTube channel as well. It's called Freed's First Time. It's where I initially started just opening bottles that I'd never tried before on camera and just flying by the seat of my pants and giving tasting notes. But then I realized I had to think on the fly, and I was just drinking neck pours the whole time. So I had to kind of just adjust and become a little bit more refined. And it's been a while since I posted, but I'm going to hop back on that train.
Channel super dope.
Soon enough.
He has a nose that rivals, the Bloodhound's nose, definitely.
Oh, man. That's high praise.
Whenever we have guests on the show, we collab up, man. We always put Bud to the test. It's like it's a competition every time. We're like, come on, man. Don't lose your job, man.
Yeah.
I'm not
gonna tell him he's wrong. He's like, I taste brownies covered in crayons. I'm like, yeah, you do, man. Of course you do. I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
Yeah. But look at family. So we here because we love to drink, and we're gonna do this social. So Hill, let's tell the family, man, what we drinking today, man. What's on our collab for Asian Pacific Islander month?
So, real quick, did we just want to do a quick background on Asian Pacific Islander month? When it started, it was 2009. President Obama officially made it. So, but that I just want to get that out of the way. Acknowledge that, but in terms of, it was basically created to highlight the achievements of, Asian Pacific Islanders and, to the contribution to the United States. But what better way to, acknowledge that than drink some of the glorious and lovely whiskey that they have to offer. So we highlight distillery. It's the Kavalan Distillery in Taiwan. And today we're going to use two bottles that we're going to highlight: the Classic Malt and the very, very special, I like to call it the showstopper, the Vinho Barrique Solist.
Nice. Hey, listen, fam, you know how it is. Hill has gotten so many AKAs, and his latest AKA is Mr. I Know My Shit. So you know what I mean. When he goes into that deep knowledge, you know what I mean. That we always got to coin that AKA. We don't know which of those split personalities we gonna get. You know what I mean, as he goes through his progression. Because trust me, can't get right. We'll be back shortly. You know what I mean.
I'd love to hear the origins of all these.
So Matt, man, which one we getting into first?
All right, the first one is the Classic. And I believe mine is a bit different from yours. Mine comes at 40%, and yours comes at 43, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I tried looking it up, couldn't find background on
any reasoning behind it. It doesn't make sense. Oh well, but yeah, it's the Classic. It's basically what Ian Chang said when he was talking about just basically his rang in general, which. Did you find out, Hill, is Ian Chang's the current master distiller? Is that correct?
I don't think so. So it sounds like Ian just recently left.
Chong.
Start.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Wow, okay.
But from what I gathered, they had another guy. His name is, he was actually the senior blender. Zero's Chang, I think, is going to be the main master blender currently at their distillery. Read articles. Of course, he's highly knowledgeable. I don't think he's been in the game as long as Ian has, but he didn't learn from the master was Jim. I forget his last name. But
Jim Swan.
Still doing good things.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's something to look into. I didn't realize he had dipped out.
I want to say it's in the last 3 months, 4 months.
Oh, okay. That's super new. All right, that makes sense then. But anyway, with the interview I did see of him, he said that if he were to introduce anyone to his distillery, it would be with this.
Is that?
And this is based on their house style.
With Google? Was that a Google interview?
It was. Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow the guy. Was it Nate Ghana or name on IG? Like he's always, doing stuff like that, collaborations, interviews with like master distillers from everywhere. But yeah, that was
a good interview.
Actually, that's where I learned that apparently it only took 9 months to build their distillery.
It did. That blew my mind. Have you seen pictures of that place? It's huge.
At the time, it was supposed to be the most technologically advanced distillery when it was built. I don't know if that.
I read that as well, but who knows if that's true.
But I think that's why we
so
crazy shit. Yeah, that's fire. I mean, the fact that, but that's always been ingenuity. With our family across the water, they do things that is just efficient, effective. They don't like to waste much of anything, and I think that's dope. And honestly, with this whiskey, I know we've all, I think everybody here has kind of had it before. I can tell you,
not true.
Not everybody.
Not I.
Had it.
Oh man. So
I'm
this
going in.
Oh, this
totally
is going to be an
nude.
excitement. So this is going to be one of those first time reveals.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, with them.
Yeah. I've had the vino. I've had the vino, so that's nothing new. And my mouth is watering even just thinking about it. But this one, the classic, is absolutely. I'm going in completely blind. Never. I smelled it just now for the first time in my entire.
Oh yeah. So then we about to have.
I might have been gifted a glass a long time ago, but I don't remember.
Oh, perfect. Well, then shoot, let's get in it then, man. On the nose, let's get into this, man. What we getting?
All right. Here we go. Kind of grainy almost.
Now, for us, since we do collab specials, we always like to start off with our guy, Bloodhound.
Yeah.
What you sniffing over there, Blood?
Man, it's fruity. I smell
it is. Fruit. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. A lot of them getting like pineapples and peaches.
Yeah, a lot of citrus fruit. I know they bring up and with their one of the descriptions they say is mango. There's a lot that they talk about.
It's funny. I put in my notes with a question mark.
Mango?
There's mango.
Oh, got it.
A little bit of pear and some malt. That's what I get out of it.
So I wonder if that's a lot
with that.
When Bud uses pear or apple, a lot of times we get the younger note, right? That's the herb aged whiskey.
Because there's no age statement on this, and the way that they say that the warehouse is real hot over there, so it's almost like rapid aging.
So I can
pterodactyl behind me somewhere.
Yeah, there's subtropical over there, man. So or down there, I guess.
Essentially, it's how the like Texas for us. You get
India as well, at the Amber Distillery. They knock that shit out in like 4 or 5 years, 6 years tops.
Talking to Hill about this. Have you had it's an Indian whiskey called Rampur?
No.
If you get a chance, it's pretty good.
Is it?
But back to the Kavalan, it was just
Amroot.
Good. Yeah, boy had the Amroot.
What you get, Nate?
Because
we all know what Hill's gonna get. What you get, Nate?
Whiskey.
Yeah, I get whiskey.
I smell whiskey.
He's on mute.
Can you hear you?
So Bob with the on mute.
Nick, do you hear us? You're on mute.
That's my bad. I got some technical difficulties. I'm gonna have to catch it in a second. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm gonna get rid of some of these, and then I'm gonna get which out in a second.
That's
Like a circular saw with a
We're
vacuum.
gonna do a short intermission.
Intermission.
He got a wet saw, vacuum cleaner, everything else going on over there.
I would say we just go ahead and taste. I'd let Matt. Yeah, I've already tasted.
Go for it.
The nose is pretty simple. It's nice. I don't mind it. It's good. It's a little hot. But anyway, here we go. Yeah, Gambe.
Gambe.
A little salty for me. A little salty, a little like a salty caramel.
That's a pretty accurate description. So the first time I just recently tasted it, was like last night actually, or 2 days ago. I couldn't really get a lot of tasting notes on the palate. I was trying to pick stuff out, but I didn't have the proper glass. I think like now that I've had the opportunity to put it in a little tulip glass, switch it around, swirl it around, I get a traditional like chocolate taste to it. It's real thin. Goes down, of course everybody hates the word smooth, but it's not a lot of lasting, I don't get that. Doesn't stay on my tongue, doesn't really stay in the mid palate, back palate, anywhere for me. It
really
quick.
It just kind of disappears. It coats. It coats fairly well for me, but it's sticking around. It's not crazy long. It's not like Vinho Barrique long.
No.
But I'm like looking down at it.
That could be what you're looking for.
Comparing it to that, and we talked about.
Yeah, that's impossible to do. Yeah.
I try.
Go ahead. Oh, all right. Well,
it seems just not anything unique. It's something I've absolutely think I've tasted before. I mean, not that I've tasted this specifically before, but I've tasted many a whiskey similar to it, if that makes sense.
Yes, I do think the kind of taste of your traditional or your classic kind of Scotch whiskey. I know today the malted barley from Scotland, but it's kind of, if they were aiming for making it as close to a Scotch, it's that, a single malt Scotch. That's what I get.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Hey, my bad for the technical difficulty. So we changed the date, and right now I'm homeless. So we've been bouncing on people's couches. So I'm at my sister's place, and she had the cleaning people come today. So I had to make a quick change. So my bad for that, fellas. But we can resume as normal.
No worries.
Again,
so go ahead and taste it, and I'll give my tasting notes in a second.
Okay. But we were telling Matt we paid $99 US dollars for this. That's probably a little bit more than I would pay for something this amount of years aging, and like I said, 43% ABV, but still not bad. Definitely not.
That's steep. Yeah, I wouldn't pay for that either if I were you. I mean, it isn't bad. It really isn't bad at all, I don't think. But is it $100? Is it $100 good?
No. I mean, it's a good entry level to introduce you to their stuff and make you want to see what else they can produce.
For sure.
But that price point is kind of a turnoff, because you think, okay, if this is their classic coming in at $100, then any other expression that they have is going to be $40, $50 more, and this isn't worth $100.
No.
Yeah, and probably, you know what, for us, being US, $99, you're probably thinking, importation taxes, things of that nature, that kind of stuff, which probably causing the price to go up considerably, for this location. So, I didn't hear it, because again, but do we know the price that it is out on your side?
Yeah, I looked it up in between things, and it was, where was it? $69.
Yeah, so that probably could be one of the reasons why over here $100, because you got to ship it, things of that nature. We know how to
Get taxed a little
Oh
bit.
man,
In the
Yeah,
deal.
I fell
With the
asleep.
conversion, you said with the conversion, it would be $69 over there.
Yep.
Oh, then I can understand that for it.
But I've seen it.
Yeah, $69. Yeah, I'll actually think about it if it was $69. I
Yeah.
probably would still say no, but I would at least consider it.
And-
But
and
100
compared-
bones, ooh.
Yeah, compared to the Distiller Select, which was $59. I think I would recommend that one before the Classic.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. Nate, did you get mango at all on the palate?
So I didn't sip because remember I was shifting, so I didn't sip yet. So I guess in between the intermissions when I was getting kicked out of my space, y'all been tasting. I see. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what was some of the stuff y'all been grabbing? I'm gonna go ahead and pour up for myself. What's some of the stuff y'all been grabbing?
All right, so I'll just go ahead. I'll give you what I get. I get a lot of the fruit on the front and none of it on the back palate. It stays around, but it almost has like Matt said, a salty brininess that sticks to the back part of my palate.
Yeah,
So-
I couldn't agree more.
Brine.
Briny.
Like that description, sir.
That's a good word. Briny.
Yeah, because now you done made me think that we drinking oysters. You know what I mean? So, generally, when you talk about brine, that's how you want. Do you want your well fleets? Get your Virginia oysters. Maine oysters. And I'm a brine guy. I do love a good brine, but I don't know if I touched on the mango that I'm getting off of this one. I definitely can get that sweetness on the taste. I don't know if I'm picking up mango directly, but again, my palate is not I'm young Similac for a reason, aka young sippy cup for a reason. Certain
I think
things
the mango
that
is more
escape
on the
me.
nose.
Yeah, certain things that escape me, but this is it's good, not great, not like a wow factor, but it's definitely a good sip. But I'm always a partial to whiskeys such as this. Actually, it was Hill that put us onto the Kavalan, and specifically when he actually let me try the Kavalan for the first time, he's like, I brought this because I knew you would like I knew this would fit your palate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's dead on.
You're predominantly a bourbon drinker, right?
So we are now. We started off in the whiskey game, Scotch whiskey game. But now, yes, I think primarily if I go to a daily sipper, it's generally a bourbon. I think right now I've been highly on the Michter's bourbon. I think I've been drinking that pretty consistently for a daily sipper. But you know what? But it's funny. Whenever I go back to a Scotch whiskey, it's kind of like where you been. It's like, hey, how you doing? It's that loss. You never truly, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
dude,
like,
yeah.
why am
It's
I
like
not?
comfort food.
Yeah, why am I not dating you more? You know what I mean? When you kind of go back to it a little bit, right? And then you turn around and you go right back to the bourbon. So it's kind of that crazy. But too, in certain instances, Scotch with the price of Scotch too being, the prices are I would say pretty high for Scotches. So when you're talking about daily drinkers, I think bourbon is just cause for more affordability, and you can still get some good juice from those more affordable bottles. I would love to see that more in the Scotch realm when we're talking about whiskeys or blended whiskeys, things of that nature. But I think generally whiskeys just tend to have a price point that sometimes could just turn people away if you're talking about everyday drinking versus kind of a lot of those bourbon prices. At least that's what I see for if you want to drink something that you think is a quality
Right.
spirit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a Glen 12, a Macallan 12, things of that nature. Those prices are just constantly rising and going up, right? So yeah.
Over here, my only really option is Scotch. I mean, there are some bourbons available online, but it's seriously, there's nothing. It's all just basic core range, like your Knob Creeks, your 101s, your Makers. And you can get a Makers 46 probably, but the markup will just be absurd. And that's why you see behind me, it's mostly Scotches. And that's not out of preference. That's out of that's what I have to choose from.
Well, Matt, no, we talked about it earlier. I think, and Bud hit you earlier. Your background distillery game is it looks quite immaculate, sir. I would say that you definitely have a aesthetic touch for lining up your spirits. I swear, when I look behind you, I was like, oh, okay, this man lives in a whiskey vault. You know what I mean? I thought I was at a liquor store. He's done went ahead and got his own liquor store. It looks dope over there.
Oh, the majority. Well, these are all just the boxes. The bottles are just upstairs in my my girlfriend bought me this little slide around bar thing. So I don't know why I'm using my hands like I'm using. Sorry, but but no, they're all upstairs being stowed away, sleeping nicely. So I just like to. I don't know. I'm a visual guy, so I like to have them all just there, just a comfortable wall.
So this is your artistic design, yeah. So that is your artistic design setup. Yeah. Going on over there.
There are a couple of full ones up there. I got like the Glenlivet Illicit still, which is okay. This is actually something I wrote down that I wanted to bring up and ask you guys about, because one of your previous episodes you're talking about like don't hold the bottle, just open it and drink it. Like, how are you all when it comes to, and you can definitely use air quote limited edition bottles? Are you ever thinking about, okay, maybe I should hold on to this, maybe it'll be worth something someday, or you're just like, nah, fuck this. I'm excuse me, sorry. I'm gonna open this, I'm gonna drink it. I'm not gonna do anything.
You know what's so funny? There's a
Especially
yeah. So the thing is, so you're gonna keep that indefinitely, or is it like a special occasion type of thing?
Special occasion. Just wait.
Yeah. I have nothing. I've got nothing upstairs that's gonna be like, I'm never opening this ever. Yeah. And
I think
it's all.
I think it's the range, right? I think there's a range of things. No, for us, it's a range of things I think that we may get our hands on. That some are like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this because this could be a pass down type of deal. Versus others are like what, exactly like what Hill says. Okay, we just not gonna bus station skank this one, right? We're gonna, because we did that like early. So quick story: when I got married. First time I ever had a Balvenie 21 year. Hill had ended up getting it for my wedding as a gift, and we bus station skanked that thing, crushed it in a day, passed it around like it was that scene from what's that scene with you know what I'm talking about, the scene with Louis Xavier. You know what I'm talking about, where it was like you got your top end joints, yeah. Right, you know what I mean? Right, you got your top ends, you got your middle tiers, and your low ends. We treated her like a low end, and that was a horrible.
Didn't even take her out of the bag. Just kept it in the bag.
We did that. I was at my wedding, so we had some to But
brown bag special.
Right, but definitely that's when we were early in the game. Really didn't know what we were doing, But now that we're more educated, we've learned. We've been able to, collaborate with other people to kind of really grow our knowledge in the space. Yeah, I still feel like if you got something, you should open it, enjoy it, and love it. But this is just some of those bottles, especially out here, because it's such a highly allocated spaces, and you'll probably never see some of these things ever again. You kind of just, to yourself, you're never going to see this bottle. This bottle's going to praise and value over time. If not for sale, just for have, right? Just for having to keep and to be around. I think you kind of run into those spaces. Certain bottles, not so much. Others, yeah, definitely. Like the annual releases that are limited, I think you end up drinking those.
Round double up.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good approach.
The background, that actually kind of threw me off, your background, Matt, because I'm used to, you film where the actual bottles are. And I'm always pulling that drawer out. And
yeah, that's oh man, that was a Christmas present this year, and that thing is just, I love it. It has a little bar that kicks up, and there's more storage underneath it. I mean, because obviously it's just me. My girlfriend doesn't drink, and I'm the only real whiskey drinker amongst my circle of real whiskey drinker amongst my circle of friends. My other friends drink whiskey, but it's not as if they're sophisticated or anything like that. But so it's a cool little thing. It's a cool little thing. So I like to just keep it cool looking.
I heard you brought up the Glenlivet Illicit. How is that?
I don't know. Haven't opened it. It's just sitting up there.
It was one of the ones.
Yeah. I mean, like Hill said, they're all special occasion. I have no real emotional attachment to any of them. It's just like they're limited. Some of them are numbered. Like some of the Douglas Slang cast strengths are numbered. Like the Rock Oyster, it's not even called Rock Oyster anymore. So my brain's thinking like, oh, well, that means there's a finite number of rock oyster bottles left. They're going to continue with the Rock Islands because that's what they changed the name to.
Yeah.
But so maybe I'm assuming there's a finite number of the rock oyster left. So I'm just going to hold on to that. And that logic makes sense to me. So
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people who are currently in the whiskey game, like hunters, like all of us here, they're going to feel some kind of specialty joy around the Stag Junior line, right? We all know that they're no longer going to use the Stag Junior name anymore to represent that bottle expression. So everybody who now has a Stag Junior bottle has now, that bottle is going to appraise in its own value when the new bottles now release and take over, right? So it's that same type of formula. If you drink it all, you could keep the empty, right? And have it, as, like you said, a nice decorative, but that juice it no longer is around. So yeah, it makes sense, right? It's just what you want to do, is what you love, right?
Excellent. So, yeah, absolutely.
It's like J's. You don't wear all your J's. I don't anyway. Some J's I still got in the box. I have not touched yet.
No, I haven't had any since like 92. I think is the last time I had some. Dog bit a hole in him.
I feel you. So, all right, man. Let's get into this next expression. We're gonna clean out our palettes. We're gonna clean out our palettes. Finish off what we got in our glass, and we're gonna get into this next expression, man. We're gonna keep this party going with the Kavalan. Right now, this is a great start out the door. I can say personally, I would recommend Kavalan. I would bring this to the cookout. I would recommend this to people. I'm going to actually actively look to put, it on my shelf. 99 is hardcore though. Like $100, that's a hardcore ask for as far as money's concerned. If I can catch this around a below 69, below 70, if I can catch it around that 70 mark, it's something I could grab. 100 is a hard stretch This could be a day. If they brought the price down, this would 100% be a daily sipper. No questions asked. I would make this a daily sipper, but I can't do that for triple digits. I can't daily sip triple digits. Not with my with my current checking and savings.
Right. One of these days, man. One of these days, we'll daily sip triple digits. That'd be fucking great.
You see the drastic difference in color in this?
Terrible camera that you have displaying them. But what I'll do is I'll try and see. So we're gonna introduce the showstopper. You
got the nice leather case. I got the little wonky box.
It's not about the package.
I don't know, but that's kind of dope that you see the two different type of event space. Matter of fact, look here, fam. Get in the comments and y'all let us know which box do you like. You like the U.S. flavor or you like the Gin Joe flavor? You know what I mean?
Dude, he's got a gold clasp. It's leather. Right. That thing's leather.
Then you open it up. Has the history on the inside. It came with like a little scroll with a ribbon.
Yeah, where's that scroll?
But hopefully
it came with a scroll. Damn,
yeah.
That's crazy.
How dark this is, right? Compared to, I don't have but I mean, this is, and one thing I'm gonna try and do, before we got into it. But if you look on your bottle, even though it's non-age stated, Ian Chang basically said based off of subtropical climate, they said the angel share is like 13% compared to like in Scotland it's like 2%, but
2 to 3.
The rapid aging, he said with that, they can get the same notes that you would get from aging something 6 years in like a 20-year-old or even older than that Scotch. And a lot of times though, you can still see based off, I don't know if you had this on your bottle, but if you look here, it has the W, and then there's some numbers.
You need a better camera.
So it could be anything, but W stands for wine. You might have a P, port or whatever. The next number is the actual year that it was put in the cask. So that's 2012 on this one. And then you have the month 01, which is January, and then the day 2020. So we have January 2012, the 20th of January. Then on the back, and are you looking on your bottle, Bud? I'm not sure if it has it on the Classic, but then
I mean, it has the
from the cask into the
date
bottle.
that was the bottling date, but it doesn't have any of the numbers that you
Distillation
just
date.
stated.
Maybe you just get
Right.
extra when you pay a little bit extra. Like
Yeah.
I would hope
Extra
so.
ink.
I mean,
yeah,
the
so
bottles, I like this bottle better though. The
That's cool.
shape of it.
Yeah, it's a cool shape.
Yeah.
about 6 years and some change, right?
Yeah, I calculated mine's 5 years, 9 months, 14 days.
Yeah, but look how dark it is.
Yeah.
dude.
Just that amount of time aging. Yep. I mean, that's great. You can't see through it. Like it's
No,
that's just crazy.
it's like
But-
Coke.
That's the subtropical climate. You know, all of that interaction with the wood. They, you know, basically they still have the 5-story kind of rick houses there, but depending on how much they want to have the whiskey interact with the barrel, they, you know, change the locations and stuff like that. And I know Matt wanted to kind of speak on the STR process that they use. I think you had mentioned that, or
A little bit, yeah. Just that they do. I mean, the barrels that they are putting the Vinho Barrique specifically in are oak, American oak, that were aging white and red wines. And then they'll do what they call an STR process, which stands for shaving, toasting, and recharring. And if you watch videos of that, it's so cool to watch. I mean, it's just a mountain of flames going through these barrels, and it's super cool. And talking about the rapid aging, that is a benefit. What they do in the summertime is they close the doors in the summertime, the windows in the summertime, to trap the heat, to kind of just not exacerbate, but just to encourage the heat. And then in the wintertime, when it's slightly cooler, they'll open the windows. But it's out of necessity, because if they keep it in those barrels any longer, the angel share is just going to take everything.
Yep.
I mean, their angel share is what I wrote down, 12%. 12% is their angel share compared to the 2-3%, like you were saying. That's yeah, like you were saying, that's crazy, man.
And
It's a lot of booze loss.
There's another reason for the price right there.
That's a bunch of drunken spirits. I give you that one.
Yeah, right. Definitely.
So listen, man, let's get into it. I'm excited.
wait.
I think. What's up?
One
What you got? What you got, man?
the Vinho Barrique, you know, vino in Portuguese, you know, translates to wine, and then you have the Barrique, which is they use smaller barrels, or mini, I guess, barrels, and to, you know, finish in those barrels. So, you know, more interaction with the barrel, more interaction with the wood.
Surface area. Oh, that's rad.
Man, that's dope, man. I'm telling you, man. AKA, I know my shit. You know your shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
I like what you said. If you watch one of our older videos, when you said it was quite clear. You stand by it, like a stamp on you. You can come from me, but you better do your research. I love it, man. So, fellas, let's get into this. What we getting on the nose? Getting on the nose? I'm gonna go with Matt first on this one. Matt, what you getting on your nose and your Vinho Barrique, man?
It's so hard to pin down like just something in particular. And I tell you, like the other day, I was doing just my research by myself and just hanging out alone and not in the dark. I don't want to say in the dark, but just in silence and just focusing as much as I possibly can. And I tell you, if you put this in front of me and said, "Hey, what is it?" I wouldn't call you a liar if you eventually told me that was a really good rum on the nose.
There's a funk to this a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sweetness. There's like a fruity sweetness, which just kind of is indicative to me as a really nice, heady sipping rum.
Crazy, and I didn't even think about it. And I think you just subliminally have planted that seed.
Yeah.
I don't drink rum. The only kind of rum that I, you know, have had recently is privateer, and it's a higher ABV. They call it, you know, sipping rum. And as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, I've smelled this before.
There
and
it is.
Privateer rum from it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's
totally different than yours.
So what you getting over there, Blahan? What's jumping out your
like
glass?
a wine. I get like a little bit of like a port. Like a light port where you get like raisins and plums and grapes. That's what I'm getting from it.
So I mean,
I'm getting those.
Smell to it, or but wow. I mean,
it smells sweet, so I see where y'all coming with for the rum, but it just tastes like or smells like a red wine or a port, something that's, because you can tell it's been aged in that type of barrel.
Yeah, I'm definitely get that wine note.
They
but the raisin was a good pickup.
They said they use American oak as opposed to French oak because it gives less barrel tannin from the American oak. So.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, look, fam, you know how we do, man. If you're ready for it, let's pour it up.
Okay.
Oh, that's enjoyable.
Man, I don't
That's
deserve that.
enjoyable. That is enjoyable.
I would bathe in this.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I know. I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones lately, trying to prepare myself for the new season that's coming, House of Dragons. We've had this conversation. We don't need to go into this. We can't get right. We won't have this talk anymore. But yes, I feel like
Phil's favorite.
We spoke on it.
This is absolutely what I feel, the lords of the realm would be sipping on when they have their their little that whatever that person is, that is their drink that
the
said what?
Hard.
He brought up the dire wolf.
Dire wolf. They're riding around their dire wolves, jousting.
So what's the ABV
my handmade
on the one that you have, Hill?
Oh,
because then we're gonna go to you, Matt, and see what the difference, if there's any difference in ABV.
there is. I remember. Yeah, yours is higher than mine. I think mine's 57.1.
Okay. Well, I mean,
And they're all single barrels, so there might be a little bit of flavor variation.
And their cask strength.
That's why I'm happy about this,
Dude.
I mean, it leaves it dries up though. It dries up on your tongue.
And maybe
that mouth a little dry.
The vino, the wine, but
I agree.
I do get a dryness. I'm not averse to it. I actually embrace that dryness. This viscous, get creaminess. I'm trying to. These are just
something like a bitterness.
Yeah.
On the front, like a bitter chocolate.
Man, Matt, you beat me to it. I was going.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, man.
No, I'm glad because sometimes, because a lot of times, I watch a lot of reviews. We do reviews, and you hear notes and you hear tasting notes, and you just be like, okay, this dude is just shooting out words, right? Because how do you really say or confirm what they're saying? But the creaminess, the chocolatiness of it, I was absolutely thinking it. I was like, man, but in my mind, I'm like, if I come on here and say I taste chocolate, they're gonna be like, really? But then you said it, and now it makes me feel a lot better because that's exactly what I was getting off of that. I was getting like a bit of chocolatiness to it, and Hill touched on it already. There's a creaminess to this that's just really good, and I think that's what you just get when you got the joy of a cask strength, right? I think you're gonna get that whenever you're going into a cask strength that's just really enjoyable. You know what I mean? Almost like it's funny. I almost now in my mind, while I'm kind of like letting it sit in my palate, because there is some heat and warmth that's still sitting there on that finish, it's pulling me to like I got a picture of a double fudge, really dark chocolate cake right now. Yeah. It's kind of just fudgy in the middle, and I hate chocolate cake, but I see it and it's kind of there. I've never been a fan of cake, period. So, don't look at it as a jab, right? So don't think of it as a jab. You know what I mean? Only cake I said I'd eat in life is wedding cake.
Fair enough.
How do you not like cake? Something's wrong with you.
That's I mean, I don't I know you well enough to just walk away right now. But
you need a psychiatric evaluation if you don't like cake.
Hey man, hey, listen. I grew up on the Carvels, man. Ice cream cakes, man. That was just me. I just never was a fan of regular cake, man. I didn't do the white cake. You know what I'm saying? Like they said I just never was a fan.
White cake, chocolate cake, all that.
Cake, please.
Great
cake.
Yes, please.
Good cake. Good cake.
Tell me there's gonna be cake.
Yeah, hey, I got a friend that could probably help you there, mate. I'm gonna get the number for you.
That's fine.
You sit down. You can sit down and talk to them about that. But
well,
you're gonna be a cake convert.
That's happen. It. But again, I'm not against it all. It's just that's why I say I love wedding cake. I feel like wedding cakes, they changed the game. Maybe the way they make it, you know, there's a creamy, cold, fluffy, but you don't get that out of all cakes. Trust me, I done had some of them hard pound cake, just dry destruction in your mouth cake. And maybe that's what turned me off. I got some horrible bakers in my family. You know what I'm saying?
Not the best cake from like Costco or BJ's, like them for, you know, in the birthday. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. But anyways, anybody, I got citrus on the palate. I get like an acidic kind of taste to it, even though I smelled it, but also it conveyed to my actual palate.
More of an orange, more like an orange, more that sweeter note, more than the lemon citrus. Okay. Nice.
And of course, it stays with me mid palate, front of the palate, like it's there. It lingers in your mouth. Like this is Matt had mentioned it, and I don't want to steal his thunder, but the Billions reference, he was like, they're doing it better in Taiwan right now.
Yeah, it's like the Taiwans do it better than the Scots.
Right.
It's like chocolate dipped in whiskey, or was it whiskey dipped in chocolate, or whatever he said. But and it was this expression specifically. Yeah, it was a cool thing to find.
Oh, it's good.
But,
good. If you wanted, a special bottle, like, hey, you guys need to taste something, and you want to impress your guests, or even impress somebody that really knows or thinks that they know something about whiskey. This is mind blowing. Like I said, I take it.
Especially the folks that are just so dead set on seeing a number on the label. Like you're 12 years old, don't even talk to me. Not even 12 years old, I'm not interested. Yeah. And this is one of those specific things that will just blow that mentality out of the water.
Oh, no question.
Great. I'm going to put a couple drops of water in mine, because the other day I did this and it was a great idea.
It blew.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think water within itself, and I know it's conversations. And actually, if you ever watch the show Neat, they talk about it. There's no wrong way to drink. When you're doing it. I mean, unless you're about to cut it with Coke and sweet tea.
Or
stuff
your
like that,
Steve-O,
right?
and you stick it in holes that they shouldn't be going into.
Correct, right, exactly. Right? But adding some water to it, adding ice. I think water to me is the best approach, because you're just lowering that ABV a little bit, versus ice is just gonna that constant water, just constantly just downgrading it. But yeah, a couple of drops of water, allow that flower to bloom a little bit more, bring out those taste notes. It's a perfect way to sip. Perfect way to sip.
Yeah, especially if you think it's a little too hot for you.
It doesn't. Once you add a little bit of water to it, it takes away that dryness. It doesn't dry up as quick.
It gets creamier. Why does that happen? Like, I've noticed this in several different whiskeys where you essentially dilute it, but the mouthfeel, it seems thicker.
Blue Spot is a very simple. Water.
I haven't tried that yet.
It goes from 0 to 100. But real quick, currently the San Francisco Spirit Awards are going on. This one, the Vinho Barrique and the Podium you had mentioned before that you have, they're up for World Whiskey of the Year.
Okay.
Jameson, I think Jameson 18 year, the Bow Street. I think those three are, but it's getting ready to be announced like a couple weeks. But those two in
just those three. Are there no scotches up for Whiskey of the Year?
Oh no. Well, this is World Whiskey of the Year, but those are the three finalists.
Oh, World Whiskey of the Year. Got it.
Okay. And I want to say something crazy. They sample like 1,500 whiskeys from like Friday to Sunday. But this three have made those, which is great.
It's crazy.
It's a fun job to have, but it's
man, that'd be great. Sign me up. I am in.
But you drunk the whole time, so how you?
Yeah. I bet they got to be spitting a little bit. They have a little spit bucket around, I'm sure. I look for my own.
So for the fan, man, we got to talk about it for the fan. When we talking about price wise, MSRP, if they want to go ahead and get their hands on this, we want to talk about it. How they doing it, man? Is this one of those where, hey, man, we apologize. We just wanted to present it to you because you're never gonna see it. Good luck.
Never gonna
what we talking about?
Get it. It depends on where you are. Over here, I mean, obviously proximity has its perks, and I grabbed mine for 110 USD.
Nice.
Which is I don't know if you guys watch G Whisky. He's a relatively new whiskey tuber as well. The guy's he's really good. He's actually based out of Taipei, and he said he did several videos focusing on the Solist line, and he said he paid roughly about 110 USD for the ones down there as well. So that's what we're getting over here in Asia.
Mm-hmm. Can't get it right. You shaking your head immediately. You was almost like, no, this is about to be a non-price statement.
Games a hostage for bottle. It is expensive. If you can find it, which you probably won't be able to find it over here in the States, it will be, no less than $350 to $600. I was telling Matt the story and Bud off camera. I had to get it from an auction site in the UK and get it shipped. And even with that, it was cheaper, but it was roughly $167. And then, you have to ship it. So I had to let it sit in the auction house stored. And then, I got it shipped with a few other bottles to make it a little bit cheaper to get it shipped here. So, no less than $200. But if I was going to spend $200 on a bottle of whiskey, there's not many that I would say are worth it. This one, I'm gonna savor it. I'll probably, pull it out on a special occasion, graduation type stuff. It'll hold up, and it's worth that. Like, this is a splurge type of item. It's great. This is great.
So hey, again, you never know when Split gonna show himself. So this is AKA Bottle Huntress. He's just giving you more of his insight, how he does his thing when it comes to the hunt. You know what I mean? So like Smithers, release the hounds. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
no,
I say anything sub 200 is strongly consider it. Is the only thing I can possibly, I can say. If you've got it, you got that expendable income, then yeah. You would go 270?
I mean, that's what I've seen it on sites around. Looking around here,
right.
270, but it's still out of stock. So yeah, you're gonna have to get this secondhand.
What about other Solist expressions? Can you grab those, or are they all just out?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
$600.
Really?
Okay.
That's bonkers.
It is.
Man, all the reason to hold on to it. I mean, these things aren't that old. I mean, when was the first? I had wrote this down. The first the Solist line came out in 2009. So, if you can just get a handful of these and just sit on them.
Oh no, I'm gonna find another one. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hunt. I'm gonna keep my feelers out as well. I don't blame you. It's so good.
I would venture, like, this would give, and we haven't, rated a lot of bottles. We have less than 100 videos or right around 100 videos, whatever. This is over 4 bottles for me. It might.
Yeah.
What's the highest you've ranked? I don't think I've made a.
I gave a 4 to the more, and then I think I re-evaluated the Jack Daniels Coy Hill. I think I gave that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm stingy though.
We stingy with scores over here. I think over the years,
as you should be.
myself, I was generous with a lot of mine. I was very generous with my scores. I think a lot of my stuff was ranging around 3s, as far as bottles are concerned. I think
just putting out 4s. You get a 4.
Right, exactly. I was just making it rain good reviews. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like I'm like that IG direct messages talking about, hey, I can get your followers up. You know what I mean? Send me some bread. You know what I mean? So, but no, I think for this, definitely, again, nothing to reduplicate as far as what you all said before. This is definitely a keeper expression. Can't find it, so the juice is here. It's gonna sit for a little bit. I wish I could. You said what?
We want to give out official rating on it. We can let that.
Yeah. So you got to talk about it, because we want Matt to officially join the cookout. So we got to do our 5 bottle rating, and when it comes to the 5 bottle ratings, things are simple. We talk about the nose. We talk about the taste. We talk about the finish, the look of the bottle. We also talk about the price, and you cannot forget, will it make the cookout? So we're gonna go ahead and give it over to our special guest. We're gonna let him put in his What We Drinking 5-bottle rating for this expression. So Matt, man, what's your rating, man? 1 to 5. What you giving this bottle?
All right. Well, first of all, this expression on my face is absolutely genuine because I mentioned when we were just chatting before, I've watched all your shit. So being able to actually contribute and talk to you all about like rating the bottles and making the cookout, this is a huge treat for me. So again, thank you so much.
That's love and respect
this
to you, bro.
is so cool.
100%.
And say out of 5, I would give this a 4.5. 4.5.
That is a.
And I am generous.
Highest
I am generous,
rating.
but I'm also a stingy little bitch sometimes. But right now I'm feeling. I don't think I'm being overly generous, but giving it I would say 4.2 out of 5. Although I don't think I've ever tasted a 5. But will it make the cookout? No, I would not bring this to a group of people and just say like, "Hey guys, have fun, enjoy yourself. Coke's over there." No, no way, Jose. It's not happening. No, this is for very special events and people that I know would really enjoy it that haven't tried it before.
Yeah.
The classic, sure. If you bring the price down, and we're in business. I don't mind that at all. It's a good introductory whiskey, I think, but not for that price. But the classic, I'd bring it. The Vinho Barrique, no way. That's all for me.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it over to. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in for myself. I'm gonna save our last rating for our guy Can't Get Right. I'm gonna let him, but I'm gonna go ahead and do I think for the Vinho Barrique, based on everything that we talk about, for me, this comes in at a solid 3. Solid 3 for me, and that's actually good in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because the taste is 100% there. If the rating was just about taste, it would be way higher, right? If it was just about the taste and the palate, way higher. But because of the price that it's at, it's just not, people are not going to get this bottle, right?
Availability as well, too, man.
Yeah, they're just never going to get this bottle. And again, it's not going to make the cookout. This is not to sit it on the table, leave it by itself, and it's gone at the end of the function. That's not what this bottle is. This is that high closet space, people get to see, don't touch. You pull it out for, like you said, special occasions. And because of that, I'm going to definitely give this bottle a solid 3 for me. I think it was a great bottle, great juice, hands down. It's just them other factors that just makes this a solid 3 for me. This is not about the taste. The taste is different. Just everything about the rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 3. It's a great drink. You know what I mean? It's a great drink. 100%.
I'm going to go third because I have to follow up that with not just point counterpoint. But
okay, all right, go ahead.
You sir are high. But this so I'll give you some nuance. When we're talking about ratings, it's like football or basketball, right? Somebody's a good free throw shooter, cool. Weighted though. So if you'd rather have somebody who has court vision, who can score from the mid-range, 3-point line, all of that, that's going to weigh heavier than just being a good free throw shooter. So for me, availability weighted is going to be much lower than how much or how good does it taste. This is maybe the best tasting whiskey that I've ever had. I'm trying to think of something that is better and I can't. But with that being said, I'm going to, Evan Williams is readily available on the shelf. It's $25. So what? Availability is cool, but in terms of how good something is, how much I will cherish that, like that means a lot to me. This is just amazing. People, I think, will like it even at cask strength because it does, it doesn't drink like a cask strength. It has a long finish, but it doesn't burn your mouth up. Your taste buds aren't destroyed after it. So it's complex. It's bold. There's so many adjectives and superlatives that I could, say about this. So for me, I'm more in Matt's camp. 4.25 stars, 4.25 bottles, the highest rated dram that I've, rated.
All right, that's what's up. I like it. I like the whole weighted score average. I get it. You know what I mean? 100%. This, I'm feeling that, man. All right, bud, what you got?
I'm gonna agree with Matt and Hill, and like what Hill said, you have. I don't know.
Never trust a man that doesn't like cake ever.
Exactly. I told you that's right. I got a friend that can help you with that. It seems like this is just spilling over into your other parts of your life.
Yeah, you got a
need
problem.
to get this taken care of.
Well, but based on the dimensions,
hold on,
we know you love cake, so that's fine.
Oh, man, it shows. So, but we're not gonna talk about that right now.
This is awesome.
But no, I mean, this is definitely one of the best whiskeys I've had. I would like to do a comparison with Hill when he said this is the best whiskey he's ever had. Do you remember the Dalmore?
The King Alexander. We talked about that.
Yeah. So I would like to rival those together because they're close in price. So that would be a fair fight for it.
Maybe we get Matt back on. We do that. The review.
Yeah.
The King Alexander.
I can hunt that down. I'm sure.
Yeah.
At least more of it.
Very good.
My bad, but continue, sir.
But I'm definitely putting this in the 4, maybe 4.5.
No, maybe.
I'm gonna stay with a solid 4 because the complexity of it, the rareness of it, and no, it will not make the cookout. This is something that you sit down and drink with, and you smoke yourself a $30-$40 cigar, and talk to somebody and have a good conversation. So no, this is not going to the cookout. The classic, you can cut that up all day. I don't care.
At
the price point, I'd be mad, but for the taste, cut it up.
Yeah, real birthday gift. Anniversary gift. Like, this is so special. It falls in the gift giving category for somebody a fan of whiskey.
As you see with the display that it came with, you got the leather box. Even the box that he had, even though it wasn't leather, it was still a nice presentation.
I got a scroll.
You wouldn't be mad to give a scroll.
I will say the scroll that blew me away. I didn't know it came with a scroll. That, and like I said, because I'm on my Game of Thrones, that might have been the highlight of this entire episode when he pulled the scroll out. You know what I mean?
Would you like me to unfurl it for you?
Right. Just send it by a raven. You know what I mean?
Unfurled.
That's fire.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's fine, man. So
air was, put into that.
It was. It was. I love it. It would have made it perfect if they just did a wax seal. It would have just over the top.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, look, family, this has been our collab episode. I'm telling you all, I cannot make this up. This is what we love to do. We love to do these type of conversations because this is what the cookout is about. When we talk about the cookout, it's connecting with everybody that just enjoys spirits. And we are honored to have you on, Matt, with us to share this spirit. Please shout out all your stuff, IG, YouTube, Twitter, anything. We want the fam to know more about you. You know so much in the game when you talk about spirits and whiskey. You got the knowledge, you got the nose to pilot. People need to follow you. They need to check you out, man. We definitely gonna have you back on the cookout. We can't wait to.
I love that.
We're gonna leave that floor for you, my guy.
Right. Thank you. No, man, it's just I don't even have a Twitter, dude, because I'm over here in China. Everything's blocked. Facebook, I don't even get on that often anymore. And Instagram, I get on for learning Chinese and whiskey news and like MMA news. That's basically all I get on. I get on Instagram for. Again, my channel on YouTube is called Freed's First Time. I'm gonna start uploading again very, very soon. And subscribe.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. So again, thank you guys so much. This has been so fun. I've enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you.
No, man, appreciate you, man. Well, family, listen, man, this has been another great episode of What We Drinking. I'm King Napes, Bud and Hill, and this is what we drinking. And as always, family, please, please, please drink responsibly. But more importantly, just drink. Love.
What we drinking today, man?